Okay. Podcast. Same time, same thing as last time.
Hello, my name's Alex.
Dan.
Restart.
It's a
I'm not.
different order.
Yes.
I was expecting the same order.
No, you meant same thing as last time, as meaning go from left to
Uh,
right like we
Yeah.
did last time.
Okay.
hey
Whatever.
man.
It doesn't.
Alright.
Who's watching this who doesn't know us already? That's the thing. We introduce
Oh
ourselves like we're
God.
this big new thing every time. It's like
I
nobody who's
don't know what to
watching
tell you,
this
man.
isn't watching this without like us telling them to watch it.
Well, that's fine because then they'll be. What if some people discover it and they're like, "Who the fuck are these?" And we just start a podcast with, "Okay, bitch, let me tell you about waterboarding."
I'm still open to talk about that here.
I'm down to talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jesse
Sure.
Ventura on The View, he's pretty much saying it's kind of
Oh,
weird
did you
that we
start?
only.
I thought you restarted.
No, I didn't restart. Just
Let's
because
do
Oh,
that,
okay.
though.
Dan made a mistake doesn't mean we're restarting.
I
Oh,
think we
well,
should
we gotta
restart
do
since we
intros.
talked about restarting.
We talk about restarting in every podcast.
True.
But
Well,
yeah,
did we all? Did the rest of us introduce ourselves?
yeah. Oh yeah. Dan, did you even say anything?
I'm Dan.
Me,
Yeah,
Ethan.
I'm Riley.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I think that's probably good enough.
So tell me about your new political figure that you like.
Okay, Jesse Ventura. I don't follow him completely. Give me a sec, because
Okay.
I'm looking up who he. Because he did something before he was a politician. Oh, he used to be a professional wrestler,
That's awesome.
and now he's a new Green Party candidate.
That is very interesting.
Yeah.
Wait, what's his name again?
Jesse Ventura.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard that
He
before
was
from.
in Predator, Demolition Man, The Running
He
Man.
he's also
Conspiracy.
known as he was in Ace Ventura and Ace Ventura 2.
Actually,
And
though, or are you memeing?
I feel like you're.
I think he's
no,
joking.
that's fucking that's the man. You know, he has a beard now.
Bro, what are you even
Jesse
saying?
Ventura
What?
doesn't have a beard. What?
No. Ace Ventura was played by that one dude.
I keep thinking Jerry Seinfeld. Uh,
No, he was the same dude who played the
yeah,
guy in the mask.
what's his name? What is his name? Jim
Jim
Carrey.
Carrey. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. But I want to go back to the mask then. But yeah, Jesse Ventura, he just signed with the Green Party. His whole thing is he pretty much like if there's some snotty news person trying to like be like doing like a gotcha question, he'll just yell over them, which
That's
I think
hilarious.
is hilarious because there was a Fox News person talking to him and they were like, "Why are you suing Chris Kyle's widow?" And he's like, "I'm not suing Chris Kyle's widow. I'm suing Chris Kyle." And they're like, you know that's hurting the widow." And he's like, "I am aware, but I think his insurance can deal with that."
Yeah, he's just kind of a savage.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't care if she's gonna get hurt in this.
Oh, yeah, it's hilarious. Okay, let's lighten the mood. The Mask is unironically a great movie.
Oh, it is.
Like, I only watched it like maybe a year and a half ago, and I wish I saw it sooner.
Oh, it's so good. But I made the mistake of when I was littler, I watched the second Mask instead of the
Oh,
first one,
Son of the Mask?
Son of the Mask. That
Oh,
one
I
is
hate
just
that one.
stupid.
Yes, that one's terrible. The first one is amazing because, God, I forgot his name. Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey is an amazing character actor.
Oh yeah, he's great.
Yeah. He hasn't done a lot. No, wait, no. He just came out with a show. Right?
I don't know. I haven't heard about Jim Carrey in a while, honestly.
Huh.
What'd you say about him?
Didn't he come out with a show recently?
I don't know if he came out with a show recently. I know he's been on a couple shows, like not like as recent, but he's been on a couple shows recent. Or
Yeah. I gotta look that up. Oh, kidding. It was the thing where he played like a kids show person. It was on Showtime. I think
no.
it got. Oh no. The second season just came out like 2 months ago.
Weird.
Huh. I'll have to check that out. Oh, have you guys ever seen when Jim Carrey got in a fight on Twitter with the granddaughter of Mussolini?
No, but that's
What?
funny.
Yeah, he did a art on Mussolini, the anniversary of Mussolini.
Mona Lisa.
Shut up. Of
Mona Lisa's
Mussolini.
death.
Guys, stop. This is a serious podcast. Guys. So Mona Lisa got hung.
Could you imagine if that was the actual painting
Oh,
instead
that
of
would
like
be-
the one
And it
Da
just
Vinci did?
wasn't
He was
famous
just like,
at all.
yeah, it wasn't famous at all. It's just literally sitting in a basement somewhere. It's Mona Lisa hung.
Jesus. Mona Lisa.
Does anybody have a favorite
sucks.
artist? Like a painting artist?
Not really, I don't.
Murakami. He's like
Yeah, I like Vincent Van Gogh a lot.
that. Yeah, that's fair. I keep no wait, it's a Picasso painting. What am I saying? But I keep a Picasso painting, like a miniature, in my wallet.
That's
Yeah.
Interesting.
Van Gogh did some wacky shit, and that's pretty cool.
Van Gogh did do some whack stuff. He liked to really draw. So he was from Holland, I think, and he liked to really paint stuff with a specific style, where he would have like globs of paint on the canvas instead of just like painting and making it look smooth. That's why it looks so textured when you look at his paintings.
Mm.
Yeah. And his most famous painting, Starry Night. It's weird because apparently the way he painted it was very similar to the way that stars actually act. To where
Yeah.
it's like, I watched a YouTube video on it, but it was apparently like stars kind of like circle around and in the painting, Van Gogh's stars are like super wavy and cool, and they're just very like I want to say psychedelic, but like it's not psychedelic.
Well, he had schizophrenia.
But I think I'm just saying that I'm too much of a hippie mind. He also cut off his ear.
Oh,
Yeah.
Gave
that
it
also
to
did
a-
happen.
I think he gave it to a prostitute.
Probably.
Dude, that is
Yeah,
the
but
move.
it's actually crazy because apparently it was found out that he didn't cut off his own ear. Somebody else cut off his own ear, and he just lied to them.
Huh.
Lied to other people and said that it wasn't them to cover for the guy.
Huh.
And then there's also a theory that he didn't actually kill himself, but it was an accident, and he just was like, "Oh yeah, I shot myself." I think he shot himself in the. It's reported that he was shot in the stomach, and he died after like a number of days. So there's a theory that like these kids in the neighborhood accidentally shot him, and then he was just like, "I shot myself to cover for them."
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
God, imagine accidentally shooting an artist. Like, that's
Imagine shooting the neighborhood schizophrenic artist.
imagine shooting the neighborhood schizophrenic.
Riley, you can relate, right?
Oh, I can totally relate.
I find more like not forensic side, I guess, of art more interesting, but I find like the scientific side more interesting. Like the fact that you can tell if it's the actual person or not by what it was made out of and everything like that.
That's fair.
Oh yeah, like the materials, or do you mean like the
Like the paint, what it was made out of, and
Okay, yeah.
because like paints have changed over the years,
Yeah,
and they've added different things that weren't around back then.
yeah,
And just different things, like you can tell so much about a painter just by how he writes it. So you were saying how he puts globs on his painting. That's
Yeah.
one way they tell that it was a Van Gogh painting. Obviously, that's very well known, so every fraud person does that, but it's still interesting to me.
Yeah, like how they went from using like ape blood to like actual chemical paint.
to lead.
Well, I actually wouldn't be surprised if they used like blood of animals and crap like that.
Oh yeah, well yeah. At one point, like cave paintings.
Well, yeah, obviously cave paintings, but
Yeah. I think, if I remember correctly, apparently during the like ancient Greeks and Romans, they would use like crush up snails as the a dye for purple.
yeah, that's why it was so expensive. And like purple was like the royal color because only royalties could afford that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's strange. It's always weird to me how like each civilization has a specific color that's kind of like symbolizes the upper class. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean
So,
that's just how it is with everything.
Yeah. But like purple was ancient Greek, ancient Roman. That was like theirs. But then like you switch over to the more Eastern countries, and it's like yellow. I think China was yellow.
Yeah, it's just what's around you at the point and what is
Yeah.
like.
What is like rarer to get.
hmm
You know, it's a crazy point in time. The French Revolution.
Yeah,
Oh, I
They
thought you were
got
gonna
pretty-
say something more specific. I was gonna say.
that was
Yeah, it
just the French
it's kinda
Revolution.
they were like, guys, they got pretty slicey dicey after they started eating cake. They're like, boys, we're starving out here. Could we cut it?
Antoinette was like, "Eat this cake, son," and they were like, "Okay, you're done."
Yeah, it's gonna be a no for me.
Yeah.
Good.
I think that was like the first time. I don't think it was the first time, but it was like the first time that it showed like that the monarchy could get brought down by the people. Other than like, well, the American Revolution happened before it, but they didn't kill the monarchy. They were just like, "Hey, we're leaving. Bye, champ." But they were like, the French were like, "Oh, hey, by the way, if you don't give us what we want, we're gonna kill you." And Louis the 16th was like, "Yeah, let's see, try." And then as he was finishing try, they cut off his head.
Interesting.
Yeah, my favorite. I don't know, not necessarily a fact, just like a thing, I guess, is that our founding fathers were just alcoholic libertarians who didn't like the government.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah,
also
yeah, you
like
could say it like that.
potheads.
Oh, there's a spider on my wall. Time
Kill
to
it.
kill
Kill it.
God.
Destroy it.
Eat
I hope
it.
it pops and it bursts into like a million little baby spiders.
Oh, I hate those videos.
I do too. God, I would literally just sell my house if that happened at that point.
Okay, I'm gonna try shooting it point blank with my shotgun.
Oh God.
Shut
You're literally
up.
gonna have a hole in his wall.
I have to specifically say airsoft shotgun so I don't sound like a sociopath.
Yeah, it's not like you definitely have a hole in his wall.
Point blank, this bitch
No.
with a real
My
gun.
walls are like 3-foot concrete thick, though.
We live on a farm.
Yeah. Our houses could. I think I could successfully survive or sleep through my wall getting shot with a 50 caliber bullet.
I highly
Probably.
doubt that.
I highly
I've
doubt
slept
that.
through a lot of gunshots in my life.
I feel like, yeah, me and Bauman are pretty heavy sleepers,
Yeah.
I would say. Like, do you remember all those times in the summer I would have to set my alarm to go pick up my sister,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I would just sleep right through it, and it'd be like 12 o'clock, and be like, oh, I was supposed to get my sister at 9.
Yeah,
yeah, I
number
remember
3,
that.
you would finally leave.
And then his mom would freaking text me, and I'd be like, "Yes, he's here. I'll wake him up now."
Ape.
That's my name, don't wear it out. My laptop keeps connecting to the Roomba Wi-Fi.
What? I didn't
So,
know
like-
you could do that.
Set a different primary Wi-Fi then,
I'm
or just
trying to.
delete it off your Wi-Fi.
Just destroy the Roomba.
Yeah, you're right. That's the way to go with this one.
I actually really like the Roomba.
I mean,
We got it recently.
Yeah, I like Roombas too. I feel like they're kind of dumb though, but I do like them.
I just don't see the point. Like, I feel like you're not getting actual vacuuming out of the, I don't know, robot with a 10-minute charge.
Yeah,
Like,
but I mean, like Roombas are just for like kind of here and there vacuuming that you do every once in a while. They're
yeah,
not for, like heavy duty. Oh my,
Our
like dog peed on the floor.
we got it.
I-
Oh God. No, we got ours because the dog sheds a lot, and it's
yeah,
right there.
that's probably the most practical application.
Oh no, it cleans up well. Like on carpet, you can visually see where it's gone, and it cleans
Yeah.
Dang,
everything.
I didn't realize. I thought it was like pretty not amazing.
Oh no, the battery life is pretty good. We let it go; it'll go for like 45 more minutes. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Nice.
Please break the silence. I don't want to edit.
Yeah.
What were we talking about last night? We were gonna try to record a podcast last night just for everybody.
I'm still
Yeah,
gonna post
and
it.
then- Oh, are you okay?
I'm just gonna call it
All right. Well then,
an actual good podcast.
yeah.
It'll just so happen to be like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Just so happened to be.
It was 15 minutes, actually.
Oh,
And we
okay.
actually had a
Those were
normal, intelligent conversation for once,
Yeah.
instead of just ape speak.
Well, yeah. Okay. So it was explained a little bit on the last podcast, but what we're gonna try to do is have us four as permanent hosts, and then bring people on every once in a while, and we feel like that's gonna make the content and the whole experience of the podcast not as chaotic.
Yeah, or at least when we're doing large groups, we're not gonna try to have like intelligent conversation. It's just
Yeah,
gonna be
like-
ape mode the entire time.
Essentially, yes. And then while we're in these smaller groups, we can actually talk about other stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so Bauman is going to be a political history major.
Political science. God.
Okay, it's the same thing.
Yeah, it really is.
And Dan is 12, so he's not going to college. And Alex doesn't know what he's doing yet.
Yeah.
So,
and
and
that's
I am
pretty
going to
much
be
what we
a-
talked about.
yes, and I'm going to be a music major. So, what are we?
So
what
none
what
of
is
us
our
are pretty
plans?
much gonna make money.
Yeah, not for like the first couple years. It's going to be a rough time.
Very rough time.
What are our plans after college and stuff?
Make money.
Other
Pay
than
off
that,
my
do you have a
overwhelming debt.
specific- Yeah, do you have a specific job in mind at all?
I want to try to get in contact with a senator and start working with them and see where that goes. Or like political commentator. That seems really cool. I like that because I watch a lot of political commentary on YouTube, and
Uh-huh.
they know what they're talking about and actually can articulate themselves, which is the issue I have. Like I know what I'm saying. It's just as soon as I get in a public setting, my entire brain just goes ape mode.
Yeah.
I feel like the hardest part about that is when you have I feel like opponent is the wrong word, but somebody who makes wording things impossible.
Yeah.
hmm
So like actually like you know what you want to get your point across, but trying to get it across to them is pretty difficult.
Yeah. I can never do that kind of stuff. I don't enjoy that at all.
Yeah.
I
Alex, any specific job plans after college?
Well, I wanted to go into aerospace engineering, and I still kind of do. It's definitely gonna be like my main thing to do. But I'm probably gonna start looking into like trade school options because I feel like I already enjoy that kind of hands-on application stuff, and that right now in this like the way the world is right now, it's honestly just better to do that and
Yeah.
not start off with a massive amount of debt.
Yeah, and you can always go back if you ever changed your mind.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. I can just build up money and then go back if I wanted to.
Yeah.
right now
Um,
it's a good time to start looking into green energy.
What? What does it have anything to do with
No,
anything?
No, I'm saying for
No,
like.
that was actually right. If you were going into a trade, try to figure something out with like windmills and
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, any trade is honest because like the school system nowadays makes trades so hated. I mean, I guess it's not hated, but like
It's like
no.
they
Okay,
treat them like
so
the dumb people. They
yeah,
treat
well,
people in the
this is
trades
my
like
opinion. Like,
idiots.
so people who go into a trade are some of the hardest working people I've ever met.
yeah,
But the problem is at like schools like ours, the kids who go into like the tech program are usually the stupidest people you'll ever
Yeah,
meet.
because they're just
Yeah.
using that to get out of their other extracurriculars. That's the
Which is,
only
like,
unfortunate
it's
part.
the
The
worst.
people I've actually met who are into what they're doing are smart and intelligent and could do fine in a classroom. It's just that they know that like they're better off doing something where it's like plumbing, where they can just start their own business or like become an apprentice and work up to a actual job and then actually start making bank.
Yeah.
Yeah. That and trade schools are literally like trying to find as many people as possible because of
Yeah,
that.
a lot of trade schools are free, depending on if you fill out the right paperwork and everything, they can
Hmm.
end up being free.
Yeah.
Which is
So
pretty
honestly,
cool.
I might do that. We'll see what happens.
You can always
Honestly,
minor
if
in
you-
something.
I'm kind of thinking of doing a double major.
Mm.
I would do a education major for music and then a performance major.
No,
Interesting.
that's solid.
Yeah, because that would open up a lot more opportunities than just having one or the other. So like, because if I had an education major, I would only be really able to teach high school, elementary school, or middle school,
Mm.
and that's just being a band teacher. And I really don't know if I want to teach like Sally the shithead the clarinet
Yeah.
because she saw Squidward play the clarinet one time, and
Yeah.
now she's annoying me.
Well, that's
Like-
every single clarinet player we know has that story though.
Yeah.
Riley.
I know that's like what's so stupid. But then the other side of it is like if I went into performance, I actually would rather go into performance than education, only because you have more opportunities as a performance major. Because if you're a performance major, you can teach at a college if you get your master's, or you can teach at a. So a lot of the southern schools, like high schools and stuff, will bring people in who are majors in that instrument, and they'll teach private lessons, and they'll get paid a teacher's salary plus any of the lessons that they do outside of school. They can charge whatever they want.
Yeah.
That's
So, like-
that's what my bass teacher does, and
Yeah,
it
So, like-
seems like an effective
Money.
Yeah,
making.
way
and then-
of managing yourself.
yeah, and that's like what's really cool is like you have kind of like your own set schedule, and then you can also do gigs outside of that. So like with your bass teacher, Dan, I know.
Yeah, that's
Is he Mister or Doctor Wolf?
Mister. I mean I assume Mister because he's never had me call him Doctor Wolf, but
Yeah.
yeah, he does exactly what you're talking about. Like he does gigs and he does lessons, and then I'm pretty sure he teaches at like Lebanon Valley College.
Yeah. So that's like a really good option for people who don't know if they want to do just like just teaching. You know what I mean? So like they could get like, especially for me, like it'd be harder to get an orchestra position, even though they pay the best, because there's only one tuba spot in every orchestra. But what will happen is a lot of orchestras will ask people to do gigs for like a season. So you get paid the same amount as if you were in the orchestra, but you're not technically a part of the orchestra. And you're the first call when that tuba player usually just drops dead.
Oh Lord.
Under
Correct me if I'm
serious
wrong though
consequences.
with the teacher thing. Like, aren't most teachers like in need? Like, aren't most schools running out of teachers, but the band teachers are like in excess, basically?
Yeah, so that's the problem is like, so originally I wanted to be a history major, and I wanted to be a secondary history professor, not professor, but like teacher. And I because now a lot of baby boomers are retiring
Yeah.
and more jobs are opening up, and like a lot of schools are like, please come. But the thing is, what's happening is like look at our school. like probably like either 40 to 50% of the people who are graduating are trying to be education majors.
Hmm.
So like eventually that whole thing where it's like teachers are in need are gonna eventually be not a thing anymore, and they're gonna be like, we have too many teachers and we don't know what to do with them. But the
Yeah.
thing is with band teachers is once you get a band job, you're pretty much set. Like look at our band teacher. That man drives a Benz for fun. And like he makes a lot of money. I can't say like I know the specific amount, and I'll probably tell you guys after this, but it's a
I'm pretty
lot of
sure we
money.
already know. I know.
I
I
don't.
know.
I don't. I would love to
I
hear it
I
though.
would rather not say it on the podcast
Don't say it
just
on the
because
podcast, but
Let's not.
yeah, well, I'll say it afterward. But he makes a lot of money because he makes so there's hold on, I'm gonna explain this. It's gonna be like a minute. I'm gonna try to explain this as fast as possible. But essentially, the way teachers are paid in most districts is that there's a column going down, and there's rows going down, and there's columns going to the side. And so for each year that you're there, you go one more row down, and like the top left box is the like lowest paid, and the bottom right box is the highest paid. Mr. Parker's oh shit, I
good
said
job,
his
man.
name.
Editing time.
No, that's fine. He won't watch this.
What did you say?
And
I wasn't paying
He
attention.
said his name.
Oh, like again, like we guess that people are gonna watch this. Like
yeah,
I
true.
guess,
Whatever.
yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
we
so
say
Mr.
our
Parker's
full
in the
legal names multiple times.
true. Um, Mr. Parker's been in the bottom right box for like 10 years now,
Nice.
and he gets paid like the most amount, and I'll tell you what that is later. But he also gets more money for each of the bands that he runs. So he gets more money for running marching band, he gets more money for running jazz band, and he gets more money for running any wind symphonies that he does. And then he also gets paid for when we do the graduation ceremony, and when we do any of the pep bands, he gets like extra money.
Mhm.
So he gets the highest paid salary plus all that. He makes a lot of money each year. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So that's why those jobs are so like sought after, because you're pretty much set once you get into one of them. So that's why it would be like kind of more beneficial to be a performance major and kind of just like kind of freelance and teach at a like college or a high school as a like for your instrument, because I would rather teach kids how to play the tuba and like euphonium and trombone than teach them how to play like the flute, and I'm just essentially sticking my mouth in the flute and being like, this is a G.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because like being, I don't know if you've said this before. I said this in the podcast. I can't remember. You have to go through every single like position essentially. Well, most people do. You have to go all the way down to like kindergarten, basically, music, and then you
Yeah,
work your way up. You can't really
yeah, like
start out with like a high school job like you would with a normal teacher. I mean, that doesn't really happen with normal teachers either. But you can go higher up as like a normal teacher.
yeah. So like that, like if you get a high school job straight out of college, you're pretty much set. Like you don't really need to do anything else,
Yeah.
unless the high school is just terrible. But like it's very rare to get a high school job, like you said. So most people get a elementary school job to begin with, usually in a poorer area, like maybe Center City, or like a poorer like farming or mining community, something like that. And then they usually, once they're there for like a good couple years, they're like, okay, well here I'm gonna go up to another position, and if they're lucky, they'll get a high school, but more than likely they'll get a middle school one. And then once they're at the middle school one for a little bit, then they'll go and usually a high school job will open up, and then they'll try to apply for that, and then hopefully they get it.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a weird like dynamic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it seems very weird.
But any other topics we got?
I don't think so, man. How long has it been?
Let me check.
Probably you guess like 30 minutes.
29 minutes.
You gonna just stop
Oh.
there? I think shorter ones would honestly be better than longer ones.
I don't care.
We should just
Yeah.
do.
If we do shorter ones, we could probably do more.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Okay.
And we didn't. We're kind of running out of steam right now, at least. But I think that was good with what we did just there.
Granted,
Yeah,
it's also
okay.
like 11:30.
Yeah.
Sure.
We can still talk too after this, like
Oh yeah.
ourselves.
Okay. I guess we'll call that a podcast.
All right.
This
Peace
has
out,
been
everybody.
a pilot episode of.
The new and improved podcast.
New and improved
This
podcast.
is like basically like season 1 episode or
Let's-
season 2 episode 0.
Let's call it what the Discord is. Schmeat Boys. This is Schmeat Boys.
Schmeat Boys.
Sweet boys.
Schmeat Boys episode 1. All right.